the Indian side is concerned, there have been consistent talks and dialogue that has been taking place with all parties concerned in the West Asian conflict. Prime Minister Modi has been engaging in talks with the leadership, and not just when it comes to the parties who have been engaged in war, but also when it comes to the Gulf nations, because as he said yesterday in Parliament, there is a significant Indian population across the Gulf that resides there or even works there. So there is a lot of Indian interest that is also at stake. So let's talk about Dr. S. Jaishankar. He said that he's had a detailed teleconversation with the US Secretary of State, his US counterpart. And he says that our discussions focused on West Asia conflict and its impact on the international economy. And we particularly spoke about energy security concerns, and they agreed to remain in touch. So the energy security concerns is something that this time the leadership of both India and the US has been talking about. There has been a regular spate of conversations and engagements that has been happening on all fronts. And this is something that the Prime Minister yesterday, Rishabh, made a mention of this, how India is preparing for this war. You know, there have been short, medium, long-term measures to mitigate as far as when it comes to this crisis is concerned. India is prepared, and there has been constant engagement.
Well, see, Prime Minister's address was quite necessary. There is a panic that is now gripping, especially the smaller cities, smaller towns. And Prime Minister's statement in the Parliament comes as a relief and assurance for the countrymen. The Prime Minister says that we are, in going ahead and ensuring that we have all the measures in place. In case there is an issue, we have contingency plans in place as well. The Prime Minister went on to say that yes, there could be difficult times, but India is prepared for that. On the other hand, sorry about that. External Affairs Minister is speaking to his counterparts worldwide, from West Asia region to North Africa region to Europe and East Asia as well. Yes. Stakeholders are being consulted by India as well, and that is something that is very, very important. Remember, while India is the biggest, or one of the biggest for that matter, importer of crude oil, India happens to be exporter of refined oil as well when it comes to petrol, diesel.
You know, when it comes to the oil and energy facilities are also being ramped up within the country, the data and the statistics is something that has been shared by the Prime Minister yesterday. Relevantly, we're looking at India that continues to be in a stable position. However, the Prime Minister has warned that the crisis that the country faced during the pandemic is something that the country needs to be put together and put up a united front against any crisis that the world may be foreseeing. Rishabh, for the moment, thank you very much for joining in. We'll head into a short break. Lots more coming up on the other side.